Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in again. We've been sent loads of lovely questions again this week, so thanks for that. So let's get started. I'm wearing the True Bias Nico top for this week in a ribbed jersey. Firstly, someone asked to see some double gauzes for some summer maxi dresses. We've got quite a few double gauzes in at the minute because of the time of year, so you're in luck. So if you're into stripes, we picked out this really nice gauze for you. This is the Sage Summer Stripe. It's really lovely to work with, lovely colours for the summer, and we just think it'd be really nice for a nice long dress. Also, if you're not that into stripes or patterns, we've got the lovely gridded checks. This is the rose colourway. We've also got it in the sea pine at the moment. It's got this really nice, lovely, like subtle gridded check pattern. So if you wanted an all over colour, that's a really nice one for dresses. So along with the double gauzes, someone's asked to see some pattern recommendations for them. So we've picked out a few. The Chalk and Notch Marcel dress is a really nice one. So it's got these different panels here, so it'll be work really nicely with the floaty nature of the gauzes. Also, the True Bias Southport is pretty similar. Again, nice and long, but with straps. So you can either wear a t-shirt underneath it if it's a little bit chilly, or just on its own when the weather finally warms up. So then we've got the Closet Core Charlie Caftan and the Atelier Brunette Robe Butterfly. Apologies if I'm not saying that correctly in French. They're both quite similar styles. So the kind of caftan kimono style, again, really nice and double gauze for the warm weather. So someone's asked to see the Naniero Lee Nani Sage Organic Cotton Double Gauze, just because it looks so lovely online and it looks equally as nice in person. It's a little bit lighter than some of the double gauzes that we have in stock at the moment, but I think it would still be great for like summer dresses, little summer tops, anything like that. It's nice and floaty, lightweight, and this green is such a lovely colour.
Hello, Rosie here. Today I'm wearing the Saturday set. This is the top from the Saturday set in just a cotton poplin. And then my trousers are the Brittany pants from Vicky Sews in this is the Tencel Meat Milk Smooth Drape Tencel Twill. So we've had a lot of questions in about various pattern recommendations. So today I'm going to talk to you about different patterns. The first question is, what can you make with a chambray fabric? So I've got some options here. First of all, we've got the Opal from Nielsen. There are two options here. There's sort of a wide leg trouser with just an elasticated waistband, or like a paper bag sort of style trouser. The chambray would be really nice for these as a nice lightweight summer trouser. Still got a bit of structure, but they'll be really comfortable to wear. Really good beginner pattern is the Stevie. It's just a simple top or dress. And again would work really nicely in a chambray for a nice little summer top, but you can layer it up if you wanted to, get a cardi on top or a jumper. The next pattern I've chosen is the Olive by Nielsen. Again, a top or a dress. This one has a nice, it's like a V-neck detail and a pocket on it. I have the sample here for you to look at. This one I really like the fact that the stripes are going in different directions and it really highlights the V-neck. Really nice and lightweight again for summery chambray fabrics. Final pattern choice for you is the patina. This is one I've made plenty of. You can do a long sleeve or a short sleeve version, and it's got this really nice big collar on this just for a bit of effect. I like to actually do it without the collar as well, just for a nice simple V-neck blouse, and then there's buttons down the front. If you have a plain chambray, then maybe a different colour button wouldn't make it pop. So somebody has asked for a trouser pattern recommendation where it has a zip and a proper waistband, but is a straight leg rather than a wide leg trouser. We've got plenty of options for you. This is the Billie from Fibre Mood, and it's what we've done our recent kit in. We've still got plenty of these in stock. So if you wanted a kit where you've got all the notions and the fabric you need and the pattern, then have a look at the Billie. Okay, the next two recommendations I have for you is the Sasha and the Mitchell trousers. These are both from Closet Core. I'll start with the Sashas. These are for a stretch woven. We've done them in a kit before with just a nice stretch cotton fabric. We do have plenty of those here. It's got the zip and, you know, the fly and the waistband. The Mitchell trousers you can do in a wide leg version or a tapered version. And then with or without this nice little belt loop on the side of it. So it's a slightly different twist on a tapered leg trouser, but you've still got the zip at the front. and these are just for a standard woven trouser weight fabric. Okay, so the final question I'm going to answer today is, what is a good pattern for a classic white shirt? So I've got a few options for you. First of all, the Jenna. I'm sure you've already seen quite a lot of this on our socials. Jenna's new pattern from Closet Core, just a very standard button-up shirt, but it's got a nice like split in the hem and a nice little circle back. And there's the option to do it in a dress, so you get 2 patterns in one if you get this one. The next one is the Atelier Brunette La Chemise. This is a really cool pattern. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it's got some really interesting sleeve details, so just a little like modern take on a classic shirt, but lovely button down front and the sleeve placket. This would be great to wear. The next pattern we have is the Archer shirt from Grainline Studio. This is a very classic shirt pattern. It's got your back yoke, 2 pockets on the breast, and then it has got a few different options for how to do the back and your hem. We have done a kit on this, so Lauren will have done a hints and tips video, and you can, if you wanted a bit of inspiration on sort of fabrics, then have a look at the ones that we use for the kit. Final pattern is the Ellsworth by Merchant and Mills. This is one of my favourite shirt patterns just because it's really like lightweight and floaty. It's quite oversized. It's got buttons at the top, but they don't go all the way down, so you don't need to worry about a full front placket, but another really nice one to layer up and down. One thing I will say, if you've got long arms like me, then you might want to lengthen the sleeves a bit, otherwise the plackets are going to be right on your elbow. So that's a little tip from me.
Hi, Lorna here. This week I am wearing my favourite layering top, which is the Tilly and the Buttons Freya top in, I think it's a bamboo jersey from Guthrie & Ghani. And this is the Charlotte Emma patterns top. It's called the Clove Vest. And this is in the Blossom Pink Marl knit fabric from Guthrie & Ghani. So the first question I've got this week is someone who is making a blouse from a broderie anglaise fabric. So I'm not too sure exactly what the fabric is like, but I've got a couple here. So broderie anglaise typically has these lovely embroidered cutout eyelets in the fabric. So the question was about the fact that the pattern had a collar, and therefore what to do about interfacing. So typically, again, I don't know exactly the fabric that you're using, but broderie anglaise tends to be fairly lightweight. So I would go for a lightweight interfacing, but on the lining piece. So I think you suggested this in the question. So yes, I would agree with you. Do it on the lining so that the interfacing doesn't show through. Depending on the style of your broderie anglaise fabric, is quite a lot of them do have a scalloped edge. So without knowing the pattern, it's difficult to tell, but I have seen quite a lot of versions where you actually can, if it's like this, you can cut around the scalloped edge and actually just use that as a single layer on a collar. So you're actually making use of this beautiful scalloped edge. So the next question I've had is about this beautiful coral foliage scalloped edge fabric that we had in recently. It was so popular that we've now run out. This is the last sort of bolt end that we've got. So if you were one of the lucky ones, then I've got some pattern recommendations for this fabric. If you would like to be notified if we can get it back into stock, then sign up to the stock notifications on the website. So I've had a little look and I've come up with a few pattern recommendations. I think this would look lovely to make the use of the stripes in changing the direction. So you've got to use this beautiful border really round the bottom. So I was thinking of the Avid Seamstress day dress, where you can use the fabric going with the stripes going horizontally and the beautiful border around the bottom, but you could maybe alternate the bodice with the stripes going vertically. I think that would be really cute. You could also do the sleeve pieces with the border around the sleeve. So that was my first one. And on a similar vein, this Megan Nielsen olive blouse. Again, you've got the pocket where you could do the pocket going in the opposite direction, but you've got the kind of simple design of the blouse to make use of the border. And then 2 more, the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra. I thought that would look really nice because it's got a gathered skirt. So the gathering would be higher up on the design, leaving this lovely fabric to be showcased. And you can also use the scalloped foliage border on the sleeves. And finally, the So Liberated Strata top, which was in last month's Sewing Society kit. A nice simple make with only 3 pattern pieces. I think this would be absolutely beautiful to show off your fabric.
Hi guys, I'm Becca. So I am wearing, this is a Geneva blouse and a lovely, I think it's a viscose linen, from a past Sewing Society kit. It's got a lovely bit of embroidery in it and some Dawn jeans. So we've had a question in about the Billie Trousers, which were a recent kit, and someone's made them up and said that their back, the back of the trousers is gaping, like at the top of the centre back. What could they do about it? So one thing to look for if you've got gaping at the back of your trousers, sometimes that can be to do with the shaping of your back, but sometimes it can also be because maybe if you're a bit fuller on the behind, then maybe you need a little bit more room in the back crotch, which would lengthen the trousers at the back and help them sit in the right place. So it could be that if you've got a slightly bigger bum, then your trousers might be pulling down at the back and therefore gaping. So that's one thing to look for. I guess this person's already made them up, so they want to know how to fix these, but maybe just think about that for your next pair. So with this current pair, if you've got gaping at the back, you could try just taking off your waistband and making, well, just unpicking the back bit, maybe making those darts a bit bigger, and so that it sits flat. And then you could also take a bit out of the centre back of the waistband. You'd have to put a new seam in there because there's not a seam in already, but you could add a seam in to reduce the length there at the centre back. Have a look at Closet Core. I've got a really good blog post on pants fitting or trouser fitting, so have a look at that and we'll pop the link in below as well. There's loads of good things you can look at there for adjusting your pattern for future pairs. Okay, so the launch of our next Sewing Society kits is coming up really soon. So a few hints and tips for you. We've got 2 kits as normal this month, and the first kit is something you would wear with something else. It's a really nice item for sort of spring and summer and can be styled in a few different ways for like a bit of a different look. And we've got that in 3 different fabrics. And then the second kit is an outfit in itself. Maybe you might wear it to a special event. And it's in a really unusual fabric that's got a really lovely texture to it that we haven't really seen much like that before. So yeah, look out for some more clues lying around, and the launch will be coming up nice and soon. That's a wrap from me.
So next week I'll be back showing you some lovely new fabrics we've had in the past month. So put Monday the 29th of April in your diaries to check those out. Thanks again for all your comments and questions. If you've got any, leave them below. And in the meantime, please email the shop if you've got any questions and the lovely team will all be able to help you.